Hey guys, this is Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and I wasn't gonna go live today. You see, I'm wearing a gray shirt, right? I didn't have a hat on, but I decided to because I wanted to share something really quick, and again, you guys know that I'm all about transparency, and we just had more eggs today. I got this big. I probably, I probably didn't need it because not everything always goes to plan, and that's what I want to share with you. I told you guys from the word go when I first started this channel, well, not when I first started, but after we got into about a year, that I was going to share my highs and my lows and my good and my bad, right? Not yet. That's I get married on Sunday. So let me show you something. This ain't gonna be the longest video. So this looks good from here, right? Yeah. Let's come over here. And what we have is we have a clutch that you can see one, two, three, four slugs. That is not what we're looking for in a clutch. I'm gonna go ahead and stick it in the egg tub. I'll probably move it to a smaller egg tub. So I wanted to show you guys that though because it does happen. I mean, that is part of this, right? And I don't think anybody else shows you guys that. Like nobody else that I know of shows the failures. We only show our successes. But the fact of the matter is that not everything goes great. You know, uh, Well, I share some of that with you. We're working on maybe doing a little bit of social media sharing. I'll be honest, it'll probably be more on our Patreon if we do. Get rid of that. Yeah, this is such a big girl to only give me four good eggs. And what I think happened is like one whole side probably didn't go. Such a bummer. Such a bummer. Don't you dare tear. Thank you. All right, those are still setting good. And you can really see, I'll show you this, in case anybody's ever, I never tried feeding him an egg. It'd be too messy. I probably wouldn't. I fed him hatchlings that don't make it. But you can really see difference in slug egg, good egg, right? Slug egg, good egg. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And I'm not beating myself up, genetic hunters, not at all. This is happening. This does happen. And the whole point of me showing it is so people know it happens. It's more for people getting into it. They don't think, oh man, it's always going to be roses. I watch these guys on YouTube and every clutch is 8 eggs and every clutch is awesome. Every clutch is great. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case. Some clutches you get four slugs. Tell you what I do with these. I'll take you on a little journey with me, right? You know, really fast. And the pairing, somebody asked, this is an albino to a het snow. So we will see. I will tell you, last year I did the exact same pairing, and she did similar. She slugged out, not completely. She gave me two good eggs though. And what we do is I take these slugs, right, and I have all this acreage. We just toss them down there. If something lead them without making a mess, and it lets me chunk my frustrations in the bag, right? So that's at least something fun. So it's an albino to a het snow, and I don't know if the problem is my male or if the problem is my female. This female's laid me a solid good clutch of 7 or 8 eggs before in the past, and with no issue, so I know she's capable, but I don't know what the cause is of the last two clutches. Now, I have that male also working another project for me. That would be my snow project. Hold on here, I'm trying to find a way to get the camera to halfway sit. That'll work. So, sorry you freaked out there. It was a good video though, right? And he's only working those two. And that'll be the third breeding he's ever had. The first one was the same female. And the snow is actually ready to lay too. So I'm going to find out an answer here very fast. Because if my snow female lays, this will be her first clutch ever, and she does the same thing where we have a high rate of slugs, then I'll know that, that the problem is probably my male, as unfortunate as that would be. Sometimes that happens. Good view inside the old incubator. All right. And that would completely suck, right? But it does happen. I didn't even candle those. I probably should. I will. Give me 1 second. Yeah, police is fun. You know, it happens though, right? It's not, I mean, it sucks. What is today? First? Somebody help me out here. I think so. Yes, it's the 21st. It certainly sucks, but it is a legit thing that does happen. You know, so ran out of room on writing that one. So we had 4 eggs, 4 slugs. And she literally, literally just, like if you look at this year, this is what really pisses me off. 7 eggs, healthy hatched. 10 eggs, 10 healthy hatched. 7, and they're all looking good. They'll hatch when I get back. 10, they'll hatch right after I get back. Then you had 5 eggs at our first slug of the year, and then 8 solid eggs. Then that's actually an L, so it was 6 eggs. I just suck at writing. And then you had this one, 4 eggs, 4 slugs. So we'd only had one slug all year, and she literally just shot up the numbers all on her own. So that is a bummer. Although my suspicion is that it's probably my male. That's a male I produced. Suck if he's just got some weak sperm. The first year I chalked it up to his first year, you know, and he did better this year. Let me get these back out the candle. Back in the incubator for a second. Sorry about that. So, you know, it's just kind of part of it. And I hadn't done a live video in a bit. I wasn't going to get to do one for a hot minute. So I thought now is the time. Is that going to show up pretty well? Yeah, that should do. Well, if I can get it to stay. Nope, that won't do. Sorry. I'm trying to get you guys where you can get a good view over what I'm doing here. Hey, that ought to do it. All right. Hang out there for just 1 second. It's going to get dark in the but we'll candle these eggs. Now I can't really see the camera right now to see exactly what you're going to be seeing. Hopefully it'll, yeah, it looks like it's going to be good. But as you can see, that one is not the strongest egg I've ever seen either. Oh, that one doesn't show anything. That one looks good, that one looks good, that one looks good. That one doesn't. So I think that's actually going to end up being another slug. Man. So if that one doesn't develop, there's a little bit of a spot there. So I'm going to let it go. You can kind of see, you know, I'm going to call it. Man, let me pick it up. I am not feeling good. It looks like there was an embryo spot there that's just never developed. Yeah, we'll see. That might also be a slug. And just what you'll get sometimes is you'll get an egg that actually develops fully, but for whatever reason, there's nothing in there. And I think that what I have going on in that egg, which would make this 3 eggs, not 5. So, yeah. Does not suck, huh? But here's the kicker. You know what I mean? Something I want to say about that. Let's say it is. Let's say I only get 3 eggs out of that female, you know, and there it is. Then when in doubt, hatch it out. I will leave it in there, definitely, Chris. You know, I've said that 1,000 times myself. When in doubt, you know, I would say when in doubt, cook it out, because I'll know. Because what'll happen is by the time I get back, develop or it won't. I don't think it will. I'm pretty sure it's a slug. And last year when she laid slugs, that's how they were. I think I had a couple like that were small like that, and that was a bummer. That was a total bummer. Not completely surprised though, because like I said, happen again. So anyway, you win some, you lose some, right? And that's the point I want to make, I guess. So, and let me point out something else too. You know, I don't have to make this video. I don't have to come on live and show you a clutch that's got 4 slugs in it. I don't have to do that. And don't worry about that, Kentucky. It's great. Like, I don't want to sound like, oh, woe is me, poor me, oh, whoa ho, I only got, you know, probably 3 or 4 good eggs out of that. This sucks. That's not the point that I want to make. The point that I'm trying to make is this, you know. Oh no, all the snakes are okay, just had a bunch of slugs, Josette. And the point that I want to make is for people who are just starting out. And I know we got a lot of people on here that have been doing this a long time and a lot of people that are new. And, you know, I want to be open with what's happening in my collection as I breed. That way when it happens to you, especially if you're new, you don't feel like shit. I want you to see it happens to me too. You know, and I haven't been at this forever and a day. You know, I've kept reptiles for a long time. I think I got my first snake when I was about 17 or 16. I have to really look back. You know, but I wasn't interested in breeding then. You know, I had a boa, and then I got out of the snake, and then I had, you know, lizards. Like I had a chameleon, and I had some other shit. I had a chameleon, boa for a long time, then the chameleon, then I went back into snakes. I had some other lizards before the boa, I guess. And then when I got into snakes, I kind of got into it. So, yeah, this is a normal thing. One thing I will say, though, is if you're new and you're getting into this, when you have a clutch like that, one thing I would strongly suggest is don't accept it. You know what I mean? And what I mean by don't accept it is, I'm not angry, but I want to know why. This is why I track every year who laid what slugs, and I track my pairings. I want to find out what's causing it. Is it something with the female? Maybe? Is that just going to be her? If that's going to be her, then okay. That's just her. Or is it something with my male? Is my male going to be good elsewhere and not there? You know what I mean? So that's what I need to figure out. And yes, camera guy Kurt will be the best man. So that's kind of why I decided to go ahead and film this today. I wasn't planning on filming it. Honest to God, I was just going to pull eggs and go to bed. Tomorrow's crazy. Tomorrow's off the hook. I got some really cool shit happening tomorrow for you guys, actually. I'm really excited about, you know what I mean? And I don't want to tell you yet because it's going to be neat. I got a guest coming. It's going to be really cool. So I'm excited to get to film with and meet. But when I saw how the clutch came out, you know, then, and thanks for hitting that like button. Appreciate that, Boxing Boa. When that clutch came out and I saw it, I thought, you know what, I need to share this. Because so far we've been really good this year. We've been really lucky. I mean, a single slug, the clutches we've shown, the babies we've hatched, you know, the odds have been either good or kind of right where they should be, although we missed on the Mojave GHIs. You know, but we hadn't had a clutch go south. And I think almost every year when you're breeding at the level that we are, which isn't huge, okay? I want to tell you, it's not huge. I'm expecting maybe between 15 and 18 clutches this year. I want you guys to see that. That was kind of the thing. So, would Brian be visiting? No, it's not Brian. It's not Brian that's visiting. That hopefully will happen one day. I guess by Brian I should elaborate. It's not either one of the Brians or any of the 3 Brians. There's 3 Brians in this hobby that I follow a lot that I really like. I mean, of course, everybody knows Brian Barczyk. A lot of you know Brian Cusco. Right there he is! There's one of them! I was just dropping his name. And then, of course, Brian Gundy. So, all of them. And it won't be Grandpa, although I'm going to go see Grandpa, and Grandpa's going to be at the wedding. So it's pretty cool. He gets a shout out. Yeah, it won't be Gundy. Not going to tell you who it is. It's not any of the Bryans. But trust me, when you see it, whenever we get some films out from it, you'll know who it is. So halfway done. We've got 8 clutches in. Yeah, I mean, I kind of should have still got to expect. I'll probably have to hop off here and make the Patreon. I think I got to work in the morning. So this girl is going to go right there. That's our Het Snow project. You know what I mean? So, yeah. You know, on as far as that goes, I think we're going to get her to go. You can see she's swelling. She'll be late, but that's fine. She was late last year. Here in a second. This girl just was kind of coming down from ovulation. Less of a ghost. She's going to go. She's post-ovulation. She's going to go. Killer bee. This girl, you can see the swell right there. That's happening. That's an empty tub. She's really close to laying now. Ugh, making me bend way down. So is she. Let's see. This girl is going to go right there. Definitely. She's already ovulated. And Gundy is the man. I agree with that. This girl here, this is our special Patreon clutch. It's bred to a GHI. So all the GHIs I promised to Patreon right there. Although I don't know if she's going to go. That sucks. And don't worry if she doesn't. I'll make sure and do something really cool for y'all anyway. Because this is the way it is. She's looking like she might skip on me. Whoop. Go ahead and do a little cleaning while I'm in there. And then this girl is going to go too. So there'll be some pinstripe bananas. Then as we come over here, show you a few more that I know are going to go. This bumblebee here, she's going to go. So, and then here's the last one I think we're breeding. I may have forgot one. Hell, I don't know. And I don't know if she's going to go or not. She's looking really thick towards the back, which is always a good sign, but it's not a guarantee. She still has fed for me a few times. Usually they stop doing that, but sometimes they don't. So there's that. Any bananas? Of course, just no banana females. The bananas that'll be going will be banana pinstripe. And then that big normal's bred to a banana. So I should have some bananas and some banana pins, possibly some calicos, banana calicos. That's why we put the banana to a normal, is because she was supposed to be a possible calico. Certainly no guarantee in that. I'm trying to find a spot to set this. That work? Hey, that does work. All right. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at on that. Do I only breed balls? Yeah, right now. We'll eventually start breeding carpets. My speaking of full disclosure, right? Was it last year? I have to look. I think it was last year. Might have been the year before. And I posted about it. My female carpet was gravid and passed away. It was her first time ever being bred. She was an older female. She was a big coastal jungle mix. Reported as a jungle diamond, but I think she was a coastal. Obviously diamond preferred, but it is what it is. And she passed away with 20 plus eggs in her. So I have another carpet that I'm growing up, and when I get her up to size, we will be doing carpets. And we'll be doing our jungle jack male to an extremely high yellow carpet. So it'll be really cool. I don't have any geckos. We keep them at the shop. And then we'll eventually be breeding rattlesnakes. The hope is once the zoo is open, USDA comes through, gives me my license and all that, we can start breeding our rattlesnakes and try to prove out those two new morphs we're setting on, which would be the blood and then the one that looks hypomelanistic. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Stormtrooper, the problem is, and Chris, I'm not even going to get into all that. Here's one thing I will tell you on this channel, and I'll just be blunt about it. I know right now in the hobby there's a little bit of drama going back and forth between some people, and that is what it is. And I'm not picking sides. I'm not choosing any of that. I just don't deal with the drama. I don't deal with the negativity. I ain't got a dog in that fight. Everybody that's involved, I like and I have a respect for. So I'm just gonna, leave it at that. That's where I'm gonna leave that at. So, yeah, I'm excited about carpets. Carpet pythons are cool. So, yeah, hit me up. I might be interested. Dude, it's going to be a few years. I got to get her all the way grown up, and we're doing it, nice and slow and right. She's about to get some new enclosures as we're redoing the office. There's so much going on. I don't know how I can't keep up with it all sometimes. So, and they do get pretty big. Carpets are really, and Boxing Boa can jump in here on some of this too. He's a carpet guy. They're all over the map on size. And what I mean is, you get some that can hit that 8-foot mark, and you get some that'll stay a lot smaller. And it's because the bloods have been mixed so much, where you have your bigger carpets, that would be like your coastals, but to get certain genes and certain looks, they've all been interbred. And there are still some pures running out there, but we can't get any more from where they're native to on most of the species because of Australia and all their things. So, an IJ does stay smaller. So it is just kind of a most of them are going to be mutts here in America to some extent, and that doesn't mean that you won't have a prettier snake. Sometimes you love a prettier snake because you can increase the colors and certain things, but it kind of throws the size off because sometimes they're way bigger than you think and sometimes they're a little smaller than you think. So yeah, same thing with jungles. Like I had that jag, and I guarantee you, and I've heard people say, "Oh, I have a pure jungle jag," and I always kind of smile because you can't, because the jaguar gene came out of coastal. So in order to have a jaguar jungle carpet, it has to contain some coastal blood. I mean, maybe you've bred it, and you got it to 99.8% jungle, but it has to contain coastal blood in order to carry that gene. So that's just kind of how that all kind of works. Yeah, but the balls, let's start talking about revoltas, which revoltas get pretty large for balls. I don't think you have quite as much swing in carpets or in balls as you do in carpets. One question I want to answer that we got asked, I said getting back to it, and then I'm gonna have to probably dip out of here so I can go to Patreon for a few minutes, which we always do, and then go to bed. Actually, I got to move some babies that are shedding out. We're starting to have that happen, and I had to fire up the other baby rack. It's crazy. Put water dishes, spray, I got all kinds of shit to do for actually getting to bed. But what that is this. Somebody asked about slugs, and why do I think some more females lay slugs than others because of my tracking? Well, first and foremost, our tracking's pretty young. We've tracked every clutch we've ever bred, I think, except for the first. I don't need to track the first. I can tell you they all died. I can tell you it was my fault. I've mentioned that many times and how that happened. It sucked. It was a moisture issue. That's why I switched to the incubation method I do now. And yeah, so we won't even cover that first clutch. But since then, we've tracked everything. And like I say, I know that female has laid a perfect clutch for me before, a perfect clutch. And I know the last 2 years she hasn't, which is what leads me to believe that it's possibly the male. So what could be happening is the male may just not have that strongest sperm. He may not be the best breeder. He may kind of have a little sperm count. I don't know. I don't know what would cause that. But if I track what he breeds, and all the females that he breeds have a low, clutch size when he's bred to them, then I'll know that that's the problem, right? Not a low clutch size because the female is going to control how many eggs, but if it's a low amount of fertilization, I guess I should say, low range of that. Now, if I pair it to another female and he does great, then I'll have to wonder about her. But if I do a different male to her and she does great with a different male, it may just be something the combo of those two, and I'm not going to pretend to understand that. But by tracking that, then I can kind of prepare what's best for me. And also, because I think this industry certainly needs transparency, and nothing leaves somebody with a bad taste in their mouth. And this is what I think has kind of happened to Spider too on some things. A lot of people don't like Spider, and there's all this hate to Spider. You all know me, I love Spider, but when I sell a Spider, I disclose it. Hey, it's Spider, do you know about the wobble? When they go, oh no, or no, yeah, I do. I'm like, okay, well, they don't, I explain it to them, I show it to them, I show them all that, so they understand. So then they don't buy something later, have somebody tell them something, and they feel like I screwed them, because I don't want that. It's going to be the same thing on a male like that. Like if I know that that male produces weak sperm, I'm probably not going to use him as a breeder, right? If he consistently throws a bunch of slugs and I realize he's the problem, and I know that through tracking, I prove that through my tracking, I'm probably going to take him out of my breeding program. That's just a business decision, and I'll probably move him on. Now, if I choose to do that, it would be the only right way to do that in this hobby, I feel, would be to disclose that. Say, hey, look, just so you know, I have this male, I do have him for sale, this is his genetics, but this is also something that I've noticed. You may have better luck, you may not. Here's the information I've got. This is what he's done. That way they're more informed about their purchase. And if it doesn't go right for them too, they knew that going in, and they're not going to, well, they shouldn't be pissed at me. They should understand what they got into. Same with the female. If I sell, and this is one of the reasons I don't buy any adult females, because sometimes you're getting other people's problems. But if I sell an adult female, I say, yeah, she's a proven breeder. Well, I want to know how. And I want to show them, right? How. And I need a mod to keep up with this. I know I'm missing half of it. What I mean by show them how is, yeah, she's a proven breeder. She's bred, and this is what she's laid the last 4 years. Or she's bred this, and then she missed these next 2 years, and then she laid, and then she missed the next 2 years. So they know exactly what they're buying. And I'll tell you, the value is different on those two snakes. A snake that produces once every 3 years is not worth as much as a snake that produces every year. You know what I mean? So, I don't know about the goat. I appreciate that, but I don't know about it. I can't do a paradox video because I don't have a paradox. I guess I can snatch the one from the shop and show you that one again. But the boot out button, I'm not even reading half of this, so I don't even know what the boot out button would be. What am I missing? Oh, the caca? Here, watch this. We can do that. Pew! Problem solved. See, that wasn't too bad. Did I put here. Huh, there. They'll take care of that. So I don't know who that is. And here's the thing: whoever that person is, they're just wasting their time because they're insignificant to me and it ain't gonna matter. Uh, that's why somebody pissed off once. I don't care, you know. It's really kind of funny. So yeah, I put him in timeout. I can't even block him on this right now. I wasn't even really seeing it because the comments were coming in. Uh, they don't always, yeah, like everybody who's here probably knows me. You blocked them, that probably makes your stuff easier, right, to see. All right, guys. Here's the thing. I will probably have to. I missed what Boxing Boa said about it. I just see it agreed. I didn't kick out the wrong one, did I? No, I got the right person, I think. Oh, the information is fantastic. Yeah, that's it. Views minutes. What views minutes? Oh, why is my text slanted? I don't know. Mine shouldn't be. Oh, he just came back on another one. See, look at that. That's funny. Pew. I don't know why people do that. Surprised I'm not drinking on that. He's already gone again. I don't know why people do that. I honestly think we have like an in general reptile troll, and I don't think it's anybody we know. Maybe it is. I don't really care. So on the geckos through mail, you can send geckos through mail, but I'm not really the expert on that because obviously I do pythons, so I really can't help you much on that. So yeah, right. I've had worse. You came for eggs. We already showed them. We already put them in the incubator. And the reason we were showing them, Tabitha, was because we actually sucked on this clutch. And so I wanted to share that not all clutches go great. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Oh, my goodness. There you go. Whoop. Yeah, I don't know what, like, whoever's mad at us, that's okay. So, yeah, we'll catch the right Kentucky Exotics, and we're probably going to end up hopping off of here ourselves, guys. And the reason is, yeah, I can, you know what? I see that, Josh, but I can guarantee you it's not. I can. It's, it's not. The reason I can guarantee you is it's not is, like, there's people on YouTube that I know. Like, I talk to on I wouldn't say a regular basis. I mean, most people here, there's a few I talk to on a fairly frequent basis or regular basis. There's a few I've talked to occasionally, and we don't have any issues, and and I'm just not gonna have any. You know what I mean? And the next ones will be better. Like, that's the thing. I'm not worried about it, and I want you guys just to see it. I want people to understand it happens. And it's gonna happen to you too if you breed. It's gonna happen to all of us. It's just part of it. You know what I mean? It is. And as far as like, that I've had certain people, and I don't really know who they are. When I say certain people, I mean I really don't know who they are. It got up to 4 for a while, and I think we're down a little bit now. Who will dislike literally everything I put up, and it's probably something I said to them. I don't really care, and it doesn't bother me. Like, it really doesn't. And if they come on here and do that, I can touch with the finger, and they're just wasting their time. Because those people, what they really want to do is they just want to get their name out there, or they just want to try to bring something down, and it's gonna not possible. It can't. And I've had this conversation, or I post this comment on other people's who I know have been upset with what's going on, and I don't focus on the negative folks. What I focus on is I answered that, Stephanie. I can't because I've never sent a gecko, like never once done it, so I'm not the best person to talk to about that. I don't want to give you bad advice, you know. So, basically, it's not gonna, it's not gonna get me down because they're insignificant. They really are. You know what I mean? They're giving me a watch. If they click dislike, you know what I mean? But yet 200 people click like. Why do I care about them? Like, seriously, why will I waste my time on the negative person? Why will I choose to waste my time and energy on that person, or let that negativity affect me when I got so much good going on? And I'm not talking about any specific events right now. And if you want to know the events I'm talking about, you have to go back a few months and you can look at, Barczyk's video and when I commented on that. And I got a lot of shit for commenting on that. And, but the fact of the matter is, most people supported what I had to say, and I think it's good. You have to focus on the positives, even with this clutch. When you have a bad clutch, you know, uh, yeah, the Cusco, not Cusco. I messed that up myself a few times. That was great though. I love that video. I laughed my ass off. You can't focus on the bad clutch. You can't focus on any of that. You have to focus on your victories. And anytime, if I feel bad about the hobby, this is how simple it is, right there for me. Right there. It's that simple, you know? That's all I need, right? Bam. I focus on the positive. And if you do that, then all the other noise goes away, right? It all goes away. You focus on what's good, and you focus on what you're doing right, and what's going good in your life, you'll be way better off, folks. Do reptiles have feelings? Some do. I will say that. Snakes, I don't think they have feelings like what we traditionally think of as feelings. I don't think they feel love or anything like that. I think they feel apprehension. I think they feel like I can eat that. And I also think they feel comfortable. I think that's the three different things that they have. Oh, and Boxing Bow, I saw a few of your posts, and dude, I am sorry about your luck this year. And, but you'll get the good ones too. You will. And I remember you had that female that was really worrisome in the one egg, and I hope that one turns out good for you. So best of luck on that. And I'm glad that the female was okay. That's the main part, right? Because you lose a female, you lose so much. So it was great that it was good. All right, guys. But let me hop off here after that little bit of motivational. Just focus on the good and don't worry about the bad. Don't worry about the hate. Just push all that out. Seriously, whether you're a small channel or a channel as big as Brian Barczyk's, you got to focus on those who support you and what's going good, right? If you do that, then things will be good. And you look at what I got going on here. The room's got completely revamped, right? I got a bunch of clutches in the incubator. I'm about to get married. So life is pretty dang good. And so why in the world would I let one guy or two guys or four guys or 20 guys click and dislike because of whatever reason, or somebody on here saying caca all the time, get me down? It's them wasting more of their time, and all it does is actually build me up and motivate me. So I love each and every one of you guys. Thanks for following, and hopefully you see it doesn't always go roses for everybody here, right? All right, guys. I'll catch you later.